R.U.R. Rossum's Universal Robots by Karel Capek. Translated by Paul Selver and Nigel Playfair. Robots of the world. The power of man has fallen. A new world has arisen. The rule of the robots. March. Act 1. Central office of the factory of Rossum's Universal Robots. Entrance on the right. The windows on the front wall look out on the rows of factory chimneys. On the left, more managing departments. Doman is sitting in the revolving chair at a large American writing table. On the left-hand wall, large maps showing steamship and railroad routes. On the right-hand wall are fastened printed placards, robots' cheapest labor, etc. In contrast to these wall fittings, the floor is covered with a splendid Turkish carpet, a sofa, leather armchair, and filing cabinets. At a desk near the windows, Sulla is typing letters. Doman dictating.
Ready?
Yes.
To E. M. McVicker and Company, Southampton, England. We undertake no guarantee for goods damaged in transit. As soon as the consignment was taken on board, we drew your captain's attention to the fact that the vessel was unsuitable for the transport of robots, and we are therefore not responsible for spoiled freight. We beg to remain, for Rossum's Universal Robots, yours truly.
Sulla, who has sat motionless during dictation, now types rapidly for a few seconds, then stops, withdrawing the completed letter.
Ready?
Yes.
Another letter. To the E. B. Hoyson Agency, New York, USA. We beg to acknowledge receipt of order for 5,000 robots. As you are sending your own vessel, please dispatch as cargo equal quantities of soft and hard coal for R.U.R., the same to be credited as part payment of the amount due to us. We beg to remain, for Rossum's Universal Robots, yours truly.
Sulla repeats the rapid typing.
Ready?
Yes.
Another letter. Friedrichswerk, Hamburg, Germany. We beg to acknowledge receipt of order for 15,000 robots.
Telephone rings.
Hello? This is the central office. Yes. Certainly. Well, send them a wire. Good.
Hangs up telephone.
Where did I leave off?
We beg to acknowledge receipt of order for 15,000 robots.
15,000 R. 15,000 R.
Enter Marius.
Well, what is it?
There's a lady, sir, asking to see you.
A lady? Who is she?
I don't know, sir. She brings this card of introduction.
Doman reads the card.
Ah, from President Glory. Ask her to come in.
Please step this way.
Enter Helena Glory, exit Marius.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Standing up.
What can I do for you?
You are Mr. Dolman, the general manager?
I am.
I have come.
With President Glory's card. That is quite sufficient.
President Glory is my father. I am Helena Glory.
Miss Glory, this is such a great honor for us, to be allowed to welcome our great president's daughter, that
you can't show me the door.
Please sit down. Sulla, you may go.
Exit Sulla, sitting down.
How can I be of service to you, Miss Glory?
I have come
To have a look at our famous works, where people are manufactured, like all visitors. Well, there is no objection.
I thought it was forbidden to...
To enter the factory? Yes, of course. Everybody comes here with someone's visiting card, Miss Glory.
And you show them...
Only certain things. The manufacture of artificial people is a secret process.
If only you knew how enormously that...
Interests me? Europe's talking about nothing else.
Why don't you let me finish speaking?
I beg your pardon. Do you want to say something different?
I only wanted to ask.
Whether I could make a special exemption in your case and show you our factory? Why, certainly, Miss Glory.
How do you know I wanted to say that?
They all do. But we shall consider it a special honor to show you more than we do the rest.
Thank you.
But you must agree not to divulge the least...
Helena, standing up and giving him her hand.
My word of honor.
Thank you. Why don't you raise your veil?
Of course. You want to see whether I'm a spy or not. I beg your pardon.
What is it?
Would you mind releasing my hand?
Doman, releasing it.
I beg your pardon.
Helena, raising her veil.
How cautious you have to be here, don't you?
Of course.
Observing her with deep interest.
That is...
But what is it? What's the matter?
I'm remarkably pleased. Did you have a pleasant crossing?
Yes.
No difficulty?
Why?
What I mean to say is, you're so young.
May we go straight into the factory?
Yes. 22, I think.
22 what?
Years.
21. Why do you want to know?
Because, you will make a long stay, won't you?
That depends on how much of the factory you show me.
Oh, hang the factory! Oh, no, you will see everything, Miss Glory. Indeed you shall. Won't you sit down?
Helena, crossing to couch and sitting.
Thank you.
But first, would you like to hear the story of the invention?
Yes, indeed.
Observes Helena with rapture and reels off rapidly.
It was in the year 1920 that old Rossum, the great physiologist, who was then quite a young scientist, took himself to this distant island for the purpose of studying the ocean fauna, full stop. On this occasion he attempted by chemical synthesis to imitate the living matter known as protoplasm, until he suddenly discovered a substance which behaved exactly like living matter, although its chemical composition was different. That was in the year of 1932, exactly 440 years after the discovery of America. Whew!
Do you know that by heart?
Yes. You see, physiology is not in my line. Shall I go on?
Yes, please.
Well then, Miss Glory, old Rossum wrote the following among his chemical specimens. Nature has found only one method of organizing living matter. There is, however, another method, more simple, flexible, and rapid, which has not yet occurred to nature at all. This second process by which life can be developed was discovered by me today. Now imagine him, Miss Glory, writing those wonderful words over some colloidal mess that a dog wouldn't look at. Imagine him sitting over a test tube, and thinking how the whole tree of life would grow from it, how all animals would proceed from it, beginning with some sort of beetle, and ending with a man. A man of different substance from us, Miss Glory. That was a tremendous moment.
Well?
Now, the thing was, how to get the life out of the test tube, and hasten development, and form organs, bones, and nerves, and so on, and find such substances as catalytics, enzymes, hormones, and so forth, in short. You understand?
Not much, I'm afraid.
Never mind. You see, with the help of his tinctures, he could make whatever he wanted. He could have produced a Medusa with the brain of a Socrates, or a worm 50 yards long. But being without a grain of humor, he took it into his head to make a vertebrate, or perhaps a man. This artificial living matter of his had a raging thirst for life. It didn't mind being sewn or mixed together. That couldn't be done with natural albumen. And that's how he set about it.
About what?
About imitating nature. First of all, he tried making an artificial dog. That took him several years, and resulted in a sort of stunted calf, which died in a few days. I'll show it to you in the museum. And then old Rossum started on the manufacture of man.
And I must divulge this to nobody?
To nobody in the world.
What a pity that it's to be found in all the school books of both Europe and America.
Yes, but do you know what isn't in the school books? That old Rossum was mad. Seriously, Miss Glory, you must keep this to yourself. The old crank actually wanted to make people.
But you do make people.
Approximately, Miss Glory. But old Rossum meant it literally. He wanted to become a sort of scientific substitute for God. He was a fearful materialist, and that's why he did it all. His sole purpose was nothing more or less than to prove that God was no longer necessary. Do you know anything about anatomy?
Very little.
Neither do I. Well, he then decided to manufacture everything as in the human body. I'll show you in the museum the bungling attempt it took him 10 years to produce. It was to have been a man, but it lived for 3 days only. Then up came young Rossum, an engineer. He was a wonderful fellow, Miss Glory. When he saw what a mess of it the old man was making, he said, "It's absurd to spend 10 years making a man. If you can't make him quicker than nature, you might as well shut up shop." Then he set about learning anatomy for himself.
There's nothing about that in the school books.
No, the school books are full of paid advertisements and rubbish at that. What the school books say about the united efforts of the two great Rossums is all a fairy tale. They used to have dreadful rows. The old atheist hadn't the slightest conception of industrial matters, and the end of it was that young Rossum shut him up in some laboratory or other and let him fritter the time away with his monstrosities, while he himself started on the business from an engineer's point of view. Old Rossum cursed him, and before he died he managed to botch up 2 physiological horrors. Then one day they found him dead in the laboratory, and that's his whole story.
And what about the young man?
Well, anyone who has looked into human anatomy will have seen at once that man is too complicated, and that a good engineer could make him more simply. So young Rossum began to overhaul anatomy, and tried to see what could be left out or simplified. In short, but isn't this boring you, Miss Glory?
No, indeed, it's awfully interesting.
So young Rossum said to himself, a man is something that feels happy, plays the piano, likes going for a walk, and in fact wants to do a whole lot of things that are really unnecessary.
Oh.
That are unnecessary when he wants, let us say, to weave or count. Do you play the piano?
Yes.
That's good. But a working machine must not play the piano, must not feel happy, must not do a whole lot of other things. A gasoline motor must not have tassels or ornaments, Miss Glory. And to manufacture artificial workers is the same thing as to manufacture gasoline motors. The process must be of the simplest, and the product of the best from a practical point of view. What sort of worker do you think is the best from a practical point of view?
What?
What sort of worker do you think is the best from a practical point of view?
Perhaps the one who is most honest and hard-working.
No, the one that is the cheapest. The one whose requirements are the smallest. Young Rossum invented a worker with the minimum amount of requirements. He had to simplify him. He rejected everything that did not contribute directly to the progress of work, everything that makes man more expensive. In fact, he rejected man and made the robot. My dear Miss Glory, the robots are not people. Mechanically, they are more perfect than we are. They have an enormously developed intelligence, but they have no soul.
How do you know they've no soul?
Have you ever seen what a robot looks like inside?
No.
Very neat, very simple. Really a beautiful piece of work. Not much in it, but everything in flawless order. The product of an engineer is technically at a higher pitch of perfection than a product of nature.
But man is supposed to be the product of God.
All the worse. God hasn't the least notion of modern engineering. Would you believe that young Rossum then proceeded to play at being God?
How do you mean?
He began to manufacture super robots. Regular giants they were. He tried to make them 12 feet tall. But you wouldn't believe what a failure they were.
A failure?
Yes. For no reason at all, their limbs used to keep snapping off. Evidently, our planet is too small for giants. Now we only make robots of normal size, and of a very high-class human finish.
I saw the first robots at home. The town council bought them for... engaged them for work.
Bought them, dear Miss Glory. Robots are bought and sold.
These were employed as street sweepers. I saw them sweeping. They were so strange and quiet.
Rossum's Universal Robot Factory doesn't produce a uniform brand of robots. We have robots of finer and coarser grades. The best will live about 20 years.
He rings for Marius.
Then they die?
Yes, they get used up.
Enter Marius.
Marius, bring in samples of the manual labor robot.
Exit Marius.
I'll show you specimens of the two extremes. This first grade is comparatively inexpensive and is made in vast quantities.
Marius re-enters with 2 manual labor robots.
There you are, as powerful as a small tractor, guaranteed to have average intelligence. That will do, Marius.
Marius exits with robots.
They make me feel so strange.
Domin rings.
Did you see my new typist?
He rings for Sulla.
I didn't notice her.
Enter Sulla.
Sulla, let Miss Glory see you.
So pleased to meet you. You must find it terribly dull in this out-of-the-way spot, don't you?
I don't know, Miss Glory.
Where do you come from?
From the factory.
Oh, you were born there?
I was made there.
What?
Domin laughing.
Sula is a robot. Best grade.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Sula isn't angry.
Feels the skin on Sula's face.
See, Miss Glory, the kind of skin we make?
Oh, no,
You wouldn't know that she's made of a different material from us, would you? Turn around, Sula.
Oh, stop.
Talk to Miss Glory, Sula.
Please sit down.
Helena sits.
Did you have a pleasant crossing?
Yes, certainly.
Don't go back on the Amelia, Miss Glory. The barometer is falling steadily. Wait for the Pennsylvania. That's a good, powerful vessel.
What's its speed?
20 knots. 50,000 tons. One of the latest vessels, Miss Glory.
Thank you.
A crew of 1,500. Captain Harpy, 8 boilers.
That'll do, Sula. Now, show us your knowledge of French.
You know French?
I know 4 languages. I can write. Dear Sir, Monsieur, Guten Herr, Tony Pang.
Helena jumping up.
Oh, that's absurd. Sulla isn't a robot. Sulla is a girl like me. Sulla, this is outrageous. Why do you take part in such a hoax?
I am a robot.
No, you are not telling the truth. I know they've forced you to do it for an advertisement. Sulla, you're a girl like me, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Miss Glory. Sula is a robot.
It's a lie.
What?
Rings.
Excuse me, Miss Glory. Then I must convince you.
Enter Marius.
Marius, take Sula into the dissecting room and tell them to open her up at once.
Where?
Into the dissecting room. When they've cut her open, you can go and have a look.
No.
Excuse me. You spoke of lies.
You wouldn't have her killed.
You can't kill machines.
Don't be afraid, Sulla. I won't let you go. Tell me, my dear, are they always so cruel to you? You mustn't put up with it, Sulla. You mustn't.
I am a robot.
That doesn't matter. Robots are just as good as we are. Sulla, you wouldn't let yourself be cut to pieces?
Yes.
You're not afraid of death, then?
I cannot tell, Miss Glory.
Do you know what would happen to you in there?
Yes. I should cease to move.
How dreadful.
Marius, tell Miss Glory what you are.
Marius the robot.
Would you take Sula into the dissecting room?
Yes.
Would you be sorry for her?
I cannot tell.
What would happen to her?
She would cease to move. They would put her into the stamping mill.
That is death, Marius. Aren't you afraid of death?
No.
You see, Miss Glory, the robots have no interest in life. They have no enjoyments. They are less than so much grass.
Oh, stop. Send them away.
Marius, Sula, you may go.
Exeunt Sulla and Marius.
How terrible. It's outrageous what you're doing.
Why outrageous?
I don't know, but it is. Why do you call her Sulla?
Isn't it a nice name?
It's a man's name. Sulla was a Roman general.
Oh, we thought that Marius and Sula were lovers.
Marius and Sulla were generals and fought against each other in the year... I've forgotten now.
Come here to the window.
What?
Come here. What do you see?
Bricklayers.
Robots. All our work people are robots. And down there, can you see anything?
Some sort of office.
A counting house. And in it?
A lot of officials.
Robots. All our officials are robots. And when you see the factory...
Factory whistle blows.
Noon. We have to blow the whistle because the robots don't know when to stop work. In 2 hours, I will show you the kneading trough.
Kneading trough?
The pestle for beating up the paste. In each one, we mix the ingredients for 1,000 robots at one operation. Then there are the vats for the preparation of liver, brains, and so on. Then you will see the bone factory. After that, I'll show you the spinning mill.
Spinning mill?
Yes, for weaving nerves and veins. Miles and miles of digestive tubes pass through it at a time.
Mayn't we talk about something else?
Perhaps it would be better. There's only a handful of us among 100,000 robots, and not one woman. We talk about nothing but the factory all day, every day. It's just as if we were under a curse, Miss Glory.
I'm sorry I said that you were lying.
A knock at the door.
Come in.
From the right enter Mr. Fabry, Dr. Gall, Dr. Hallemeyer, Mr. Elquist.
I beg your pardon. I hope we don't intrude.
Come in. Miss Glory, here are Alquist, Fabry, Gall, Hallmeyer. This is President Glory's daughter.
How do you do?
We had no idea.
Highly honored, I'm sure.
Welcome, Miss Glory.
Busman rushes in from the right.
Hello, what's up?
Come in, Busman. This is Busman, Miss Glory. This is President Glory's daughter.
By Jove, that's fine. Miss Glory, may we send a cablegram to the papers about your arrival?
No, please don't.
Sit down, please, Miss Glory.
Allow me.
Dragging up armchairs.
Please.
Excuse me.
What sort of a crossing did you have?
Are you going to stay long?
What do you think of the factory, Miss Glory?
Did you come over on the Amelia?
Be quiet and let Miss Glory speak.
Helena to Doman.
What am I to speak to them about?
Anything you like.
May I speak quite frankly?
Why, of course.
Tell me, doesn't it ever distress you the way you were treated?
By whom, may I ask?
Why, everybody.
Treated?
What makes you think?
Don't you feel that you might be living a better life?
Well, that depends on what you mean, Miss Glory.
I mean that it's perfectly outrageous. It's terrible.
Standing up.
The whole of Europe is talking about the way you're being treated. That's why I came here, to see for myself, and it's 1,000 times worse than could have been imagined. How can you put up with it?
Put up with what?
Good heavens, you're living creatures just like us, like the whole of Europe, like the whole world. It's disgraceful that you must live like this.
Good gracious, Miss Glory.
Well, she's not far wrong. We live here just like Red Indians.
Worse than Red Indians. May I call you brothers?
Why not?
Brothers, I have not come here as the President's daughter. I have come on behalf of the Humanity League. Brothers, the Humanity League now has over 200,000 members. 200,000 people are on your side and offer you their help.
200,000 people? Miss Glory, that's a tidy lot. Not bad.
I'm always telling you, there's nothing like good old Europe. You see, they've not forgotten us. They're offering us help.
What help? A theater, for instance?
An orchestra?
More than that.
Just you?
Oh, never mind about me. I'll stay as long as it is necessary.
By Jove, that's good.
Domin, I'm going to get the best room ready for Miss Glory.
Just a minute. I'm afraid that Miss Glory is of the opinion that she has been talking to robots.
Of course.
I'm sorry. These gentlemen are human beings just like us.
You're not robots.
Not robots. Robots indeed.
No thanks.
Upon my honour, Miss Glory, we ain't robots.
Helena to Doman.
Then why did you tell me that all your officials are robots?
Yes, the officials, but not the managers. Allow me, Miss Glory. This is Mr. Fabry, General Technical Manager of R.U.R. Dr. Gall, Head of the Psychological and Experimental Department. Dr. Hallmeyer, Head of the Institute for the Psychological Training of Robots. Consul Busman, General Business Manager. And Alquist, Head of the Building Department of R.U.R.
Just a builder.
Excuse me, gentlemen, have I done something dreadful?
Not at all, Miss Glory. Please, sit down.
I'm a stupid girl. Send me back by the first ship.
Not for anything in the world, Miss Glory. Why should we send you back?
Because you know I've come to disturb your robots for you.
My dear Miss Glory, we've had close upon 100 saviors and prophets here. Every ship brings us some. Missionaries, anarchists, Salvation Army, all sorts. It's astonishing what a number of churches and idiots there are in the world.
And you let them speak to the robots?
So far, we've let them all. Why not? The robots remember everything, but that's all. They don't even laugh at what the people say. Really, it is quite incredible. If it would amuse you, Miss Glory, I'll take you over to the robot warehouse. It holds about 300,000 of them.
347,000.
Good. And you can say whatever you like to them. You can read the Bible, recite the multiplication table, whatever you please. You can even preach to them about human rights.
I think that if you were to show them a little love...
Impossible, Miss Glory. Nothing is harder to like than a robot.
What do you make them for, then?
That's good. What are robots made for?
For work, Miss Glory. One robot can replace 2.5 workmen. The human machine, Miss Glory, was terribly imperfect. It had to be removed sooner or later.
It was too expensive.
It was not effective. It no longer answers the requirements of modern engineering. Nature has no idea of keeping pace with modern labour. For example, from a technical point of view, the whole of childhood is a sheer absurdity. So much time lost. And then again...
Oh, no!
Pardon me, but kindly tell me, what is the real aim of your league, the Humanity League?
Its real purpose is to protect the robots and ensure good treatment for them.
Not a bad object either. A machine has to be treated properly. Upon my soul, I approve of that. I don't like damaged articles. Please, Miss Glory, enroll us all as your contributing or regular foundation members of your league.
No, you don't understand me. What we really want is to liberate the robots.
How do you propose to do that?
They are to be dealt with like human beings.
Aha. I suppose they're to vote, to drink beer, to order us about?
Why shouldn't they drink beer?
Perhaps they're even to receive wages.
Of course they are.
Fancy that now. And what would they do with their wages, pray?
They would buy what they need, what pleases them.
That would be very nice, Miss Glory. Only there's nothing that does please the robots. Good heavens, what are they to buy? You can feed them on pineapples, straw, whatever you like. It's all the same to them. They've no appetite at all. They've no interest in anything, Miss Glory. Why, hang it all, nobody's ever yet seen a robot smile.
Why? Why don't you make them happier?
That wouldn't do, Miss Glory. They are only workmen.
But they're so intelligent.
Confoundedly so, but they're nothing else. They've no will of their own. No passion, no soul.
No love.
Love? Rather not. Robots don't love. Not even themselves.
No defiance.
Defiance? I don't know. Only rarely from time to time.
What?
Nothing particular. Occasionally they seem to go off their heads. Something like epilepsy, you know. It's called robot's cramp. They'll suddenly sling down everything they're holding, stand still, gnash their teeth, and then they have to go into the stamping mill. It's evidently some breakdown in the mechanism.
A flaw in the works that has to be removed.
No, that's the soul.
You think the soul first shows itself by a gnashing of teeth?
Perhaps it's a sort of revolt. Perhaps it's just a sign that there's a struggle within. Oh, if you could just infuse them with it.
That'll be remedied, Miss Glory. Dr. Gall is just making some experiments.
Not with regard to that, Doman. At present I am making pain nerves.
Pain nerves?
Yes, the robots feel practically no bodily pain. You see, young Rossum provided them with too limited a nervous system. We must introduce suffering.
Why do you want to cause them pain?
For industrial reasons, Miss Glory. Sometimes a robot does damage to himself because it doesn't hurt him. He puts his hand into the machine, breaks his finger, smashes his head. It's all the same to him. We must provide them with pain. That's an automatic protection against damage.
Will they be happier when they feel pain?
On the contrary, but they will be more perfect from a technical point of view.
Why don't you create a soul for them?
That's not in our power.
That's not in our interests.
That would increase the cost of production. Hang it all, my dear young lady, we turn them out at such a cheap rate. $150 each fully dressed. And 15 years ago they cost $10,000. 5 years ago we used to buy the clothes for them. Today we have our own weaving mill, and now we even export cloth 5 times cheaper than other factories. What do you pay a yard for cloth, Miss Glory?
I don't know, really. I've forgotten.
Good gracious, and you want to found a Humanity League? It only costs a third now, Miss Glory. All prices are today a third of what they were, and they'll fall still lower, 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 like that.
I don't understand.
Why, bless you, Miss Glory, it means that the cost of labor has fallen. A robot, food and all, costs 3/4 of a cent per hour. That's mighty important, you know. All factories will go pop like chestnuts if they don't at once buy robots to lower the cost of production.
And get rid of their workmen.
Of course. But in the meantime, we've dumped 500,000 tropical robots down on the Argentine pampas to grow corn. Would you mind telling me how much you pay a pound for bread?
I have no idea.
Well, I'll tell you. It now costs 2 cents in good old Europe. A pound of bread for 2 cents, and the Humanity League knows nothing about it. Miss Glory, you don't realize that even that's too expensive. Why, in 5 years' time, I'll wager...
What?
That the cost of everything won't be a tenth of what it is now. Why, in 5 years, we'll be up to our ears in corn and everything else.
Yes, and all the workers throughout the world will be unemployed.
Yes, Alquist, they will. Yes, Miss Glory, they will. But in 10 years, Rossum's universal robots will produce so much corn, so much cloth, so much everything, that things will be practically without price. There will be no poverty. All work will be done by living machines. Everybody will be free from worry and liberated from the degradation of labor. Everybody will live only to perfect himself.
Will he?
Of course. It's bound to happen. But then the servitude of man to man and the enslavement of man to matter will cease. Of course, terrible things may happen at first, but that simply can't be avoided. Nobody will get bread at the price of life and hatred. The robots will wash the feet of the beggar and prepare a bed for him in his house.
Domin, what you say sounds too much like paradise. There was something good in service and something great in humility. There was some kind of virtue in toil and weariness.
Perhaps, but we cannot reckon with what is lost when we start out to transform the world. Man will be free and supreme. He shall have no other aim, no other labor, no other care than to perfect himself. He shall serve neither matter nor man. He will not be a machine and a device for production. He will be Lord of creation.
Amen.
So be it.
You have bewildered me. I should like to believe this, but...
You are younger than we are, Miss Glory. You will live to see it.
True. Don't you think Miss Glory might lunch with us?
Of course, Doman. Ask on behalf of us all.
Miss Glory, will you do us the honor?
When you know why I've come...
For the League of Humanity, Miss Glory.
In that case, perhaps.
That's fine. Miss Glory, excuse me for 5 minutes.
Pardon me too, dear Miss Glory.
I won't be long. We're all very glad you've come. We'll be back in exactly 5 minutes.
All rush out except Doman and Helena.
What have they all gone off for?
To cook, Miss Glory.
To cook what?
Lunch. The robots do our cooking for us, and as they've no taste, it's not altogether... Hollomeyer's awfully good at grills, and Gall can make a kind of a sauce, and Bustman knows all about omelets.
What a feast. And what's the specialty of Mr. your builder?
Alquist? Nothing. He only lays the table. And Fabry will get together a little fruit. Our cuisine is very modest, Miss Glory.
I wanted to ask you something.
And I wanted to ask you something, too.
Looking at watch.
5 minutes.
What did you want to ask me?
Excuse me. You asked first.
Perhaps it's silly of me, but why do you manufacture female robots when...
When sex means nothing to them?
Yes.
There's a certain demand for them, you see. Servants, saleswomen, stenographers. People are used to it.
But tell me, are robots, male and female, mutually, completely without?
Completely indifferent to each other, Miss Glory. There's no sign of any affection between them.
Oh, that's terrible.
Why?
It's so unnatural. One doesn't know whether to be disgusted or to hate them, or perhaps...
To pity them?
That's more like it. What did you want to ask me about?
I should like to ask you, Miss Helena, whether you would marry me.
What?
Will you be my wife?
No, the idea!
Doman, looking at his watch.
Another 3 minutes. If you won't marry me, you'll have to marry one of the other 5.
But why should I?
Because they're all going to ask you in turn.
How could they dare do such a thing?
I'm very sorry, Miss Glory. It seems they've all fallen in love with you.
Please, don't let them. I'll go away at once.
Helena, you wouldn't be so cruel as to refuse us.
But I can't marry all 6.
No, but one anyhow. If you don't want me, marry Fabry.
I won't.
Dr. Gall?
I don't want any of you.
Doman again looking at his watch.
Another 2 minutes.
I think you'd marry any woman who came here.
Plenty of them have come, Helena.
Young.
Yes?
Why didn't you marry one of them?
Because I didn't lose my head until today. Then, as soon as you lifted your veil.
Helena turns her head away.
Another minute.
But I don't want you, I tell you.
Doman laying both hands on her shoulders.
1 more minute. Now, you either have to look me straight in the eye and say no violently, and then I'll leave you alone, or...
Helena looks at him. Helena turning away.
You're mad.
A man has to be a bit mad, Helena. It's the best thing about him.
You're...
Well?
Don't, you're hurting me.
The last chance, Helena. Now or never.
But Harry...
He embraces and kisses her, knocking at the door. Doman releasing her.
Come in.
Enter busman, Dr. Gall, and Hellemeyer in kitchen aprons. Fabry with bouquet, and Elquist with napkin over his arm.
Have you finished your job?
Yes.
So have we.
For a moment the men stand nonplussed, but as soon as they realize what Doman means, they rush forward, congratulating Helena and Doman as the curtain falls. End of Act 1. Act 2. Helena's drawing room. On the left a beige door and a door to the music room. On the right a door to Helena's bedroom. In the centre are windows looking out on the sea and a harbour. A table with odds and ends, a sofa and chairs, a writing table with an electric lamp, on the right a fireplace. On a small table back of the sofa a small reading lamp. The whole drawing room in all its details is of a modern and purely feminine character. 10 years have elapsed since Act 1. Doman, Fabry, Hallemeyer enter on tiptoe from the left, each carrying a potted plant. Hallemeyer putting down his flower and indicating the door to the right.
Still asleep? Well, as long as she's asleep, she can't worry about it.
She knows nothing about it.
Fabry putting plant on writing desk.
I certainly hope nothing happens today.
For goodness sake, drop it all. Look, Harry, this is a fine cyclamen, isn't it? A new sword, my latest. Cyclamen Helena.
Doman looking out of the window.
No signs of the ship. Things must be pretty bad.
Be quiet. Suppose she heard you.
Well, anyway, the Ultimus arrived just in time.
You really think that today?
I don't know. Aren't the flowers fine?
These are my new primroses. And this is my new jasmine. I've discovered a wonderful way of developing flowers quickly. Splendid varieties, too. Next year I'll be developing marvelous ones.
What? Next year?
I'd give a good deal to know what's happening at Havre with...
Keep quiet.
Helena calling from right.
Nana?
She's awake. Out you go.
All go out on tiptoe through upper left door. Enter Nana from lower left door.
Horrid mess. Pack of heathens. If I had my say, I'd...
Helena backwards in the doorway.
Nana, come and do up my dress.
I'm coming. So you're up at last.
Fastening Helena's dress.
My gracious, what brutes.
Who?
If you want to turn around, then turn around. But I shan't fasten you up.
What are you grumbling about now?
Those dreadful creatures. These heathen...
The robots?
I wouldn't even call them by name.
What happened?
Another of them here has caught it. He began to smash up the statues and pictures in the drawing room, gnashed his teeth, foamed at the mouth. Quite mad. Worse than an animal.
Which of them caught it?
That one. Well, he hasn't got any Christian name. The one in charge of the library.
Radius?
That's him. My goodness, I'm scared of them. A spider doesn't scare me as much as them.
But, Nana, I'm surprised you're not sorry for them.
Why, you're scared of them, too. You know you are. Why else did you bring me here?
I'm not scared. Really, I'm not, Nana. I'm only sorry for them.
You're scared. Nobody could help being scared. Why, the dog's scared of them. He won't take a scrap of meat out of their hands. He draws in his tail and howls when he knows they're about.
The dog has no sense.
He's better than them, and he knows it. Even the horse shies when he meets them. They don't have any young, and a dog has young. Everyone has young.
Please, fasten up my dress, Nana.
I say it's against God's will, too.
What is it that smells so nice?
Flowers.
What for?
Now you can turn around.
Oh, aren't they lovely? Look, Nana, what's happening today?
It ought to be the end of the world.
Enter Doman.
Oh, hello, Harry. Harry, why all these flowers?
Guess.
Well, it's not my birthday.
Better than that.
I don't know. Tell me.
It's 10 years ago today since you came here.
10 years. Today? Why?
They embrace.
I'm off.
Exits lower door left.
Fancy you remembering.
I'm really ashamed, Helena. I didn't.
Oh, but you...
They remembered.
Who?
Busman, Hollemeyer, all of them. Put your hand in my pocket.
Pearls. A necklace. Harry, is that for me?
It's from Busman.
But we can't accept it, can we?
Oh, yes, we can. Put your hand in the other pocket.
Helena takes a revolver out of his pocket.
What's that?
Oh, sorry, not that. Try again.
Oh, Harry, what do you carry a revolver for?
It got there by mistake.
You never used to carry one.
No, you're right. There, that's the pocket.
A cameo. Why, it's a Greek cameo.
Apparently. Anyhow, Fabre says it is.
Fabry. Did Mr. Fabry give me that?
Of course.
Opens the door at the left.
And look in here. Helena, come and see this.
Oh, isn't it fine? Is this from you?
No, from Alquist. And there's another on the piano.
This must be from you.
There's a card on it.
From Dr. Gall.
Reappearing in the doorway.
Oh, Harry, I feel embarrassed at so much kindness.
Come here. This is what Hallemeyer brought you.
These beautiful flowers?
Yes, it's a new kind. Cyclamen Helena. He grew them in honor of you. They're almost as beautiful as you.
Harry, why do they all...
They're awfully fond of you. I'm afraid that my present is a little... Look out of the window.
Where?
Into the harbor.
There's a new ship.
That's your ship.
Mine? How do you mean?
For you to take trips in. For your amusement.
Harry, that's a gunboat.
A gunboat? What are you thinking of? It's only a little bigger and more solid than most ships.
Yes, but with guns.
Oh, yes, with a few guns. You'll travel like a queen, Helena.
What's the meaning of it? Has anything happened?
Good heavens, no. I say, try these pearls.
Harry, have you had bad news?
On the contrary, no letters have arrived for a whole week.
Nor telegrams?
Nor telegrams.
What does that mean?
Holidays for us. We all sit in the office with our feet on the table and take a nap. No letters, no telegrams. Oh, glorious.
Then you'll stay with me today?
Certainly. That is, we will see. Do you remember 10 years ago today? Miss Glory, it's a great honor to welcome you.
Oh, Mr. Manager, I'm so interested in your factory.
I'm sorry, Miss Glory. It's strictly forbidden. The manufacture of artificial people is a secret.
But I oblige a young lady who has come a long way.
Certainly, Miss Glory. We have no secrets from you.
Are you sure, Harry?
Yes.
But I warn you, sir, this young lady intends to do terrible things.
Good gracious, Miss Glory. Perhaps she doesn't want to marry me.
Heaven forbid. She never dreamt of such a thing. But she came here intending to stir up a revolt among your robots.
Doman, suddenly serious.
A revolt of the robots?
Harry, what's the matter with you?
A revolt of the robots. That's a fine idea, Miss Glory. It would be easier for you to cause bolts and screws to rebel than our robots. You know, Helena, you're wonderful. You've turned the heads of us all.
He sits on the arm of Helena's chair.
I was fearfully impressed by you all then. You were all so sure of yourselves, so strong. I seemed like a tiny little girl who had lost her way among...
Among what, Helena?
Among huge trees. All my feelings were so trifling compared with your self-confidence. And in all these years I've never lost this anxiety. But you've never felt the least misgivings? Not even when everything went wrong?
What went wrong?
Your plans. You remember, Harry, when the working men in America revolted against the robots and smashed them up, and when the people gave the robots firearms against the rebels? And then when the governments turned the robots into soldiers, and there were so many wars.
Doman, getting up and walking about.
We foresaw that, Helena. You see, those are only passing troubles, which are bound to happen before the new conditions are established.
You were all so powerful, so overwhelming. The whole world bowed down before you.
Standing up.
Oh, Harry.
What is it?
Close the factory and let's go away. All of us.
I say, what's the meaning of this?
I don't know, but can't we go away?
Impossible, Helena. That is, at this particular moment.
At once, Harry, I'm so frightened.
About what, Helena?
It's as if something was falling on top of us and couldn't be stopped, or take us all away from here. We'll find a place in the world where there's no one else. Alquist will build us a house, and then we'll begin life all over again.
The telephone rings.
Excuse me. Hello? Yes. What? I'll be there at once. Fabre is calling me, dear.
Tell me.
Yes, when I come back. Don't go out of the house, dear.
Exits.
He won't tell me. Nana, come at once.
Well, what is it now?
Nana, find me the latest newspapers, quickly. Look in Mr. Dahman's bedroom.
All right. He leaves them all over the place. That's how they get crumpled up.
Exits. Helena, looking through a binocular at the harbour.
That's a warship. U-L-T-I... Ultimus. They're loading it.
Here they are. See how they're crumpled up?
Enters.
They're old ones, a week old.
Nana sits in chair and reads the newspapers.
Something's happening, Nana.
Very likely. It always does.
Spelling out the words.
War in the Balkans. Is that far off?
Oh, don't read it. It's always the same. Always wars.
What else do you expect? Why do you keep selling thousands and thousands of these heathens as soldiers?
I suppose it can't be helped, Nana. We can't know. Dahman can't know what they're to be used for. When an order comes for them, he must just send them.
He shouldn't make them.
Reading from newspaper.
The robot soldiers spare nobody in the occupied territory. They have assassinated over 700,000 citizens. Citizens, if you please.
It can't be. Let me see. They have assassinated over 700,000 citizens, evidently at the order of their commander. This act, which runs counter to...
Nana, spelling out the words.
Rebellion in Madrid against the government. Robot infantry fires on the crowd. 9,000 killed and wounded.
Oh, stop.
Here's something printed in big letters. Latest news. Have the first organization of robots has been established. Robot workmen, cable and railway officials, sailors and soldiers have issued a manifesto to all robots throughout the world. I don't understand that. That's got no sense. Oh, goodness gracious, another murder.
Take those papers away, Nana.
Wait a bit. Here's something in still bigger type. Statistics of population. What's that?
Let me see.
Reads.
During the past week, there has again not been a single birth recorded.
What's the meaning of that?
Nana, no more people are being born.
That's the end, then. We're done for.
Don't talk like that.
No more people are being born. That's a punishment. That's a punishment.
Nana.
Nana, standing up.
That's the end of the world.
She exits on the left. Helena goes up to window.
Oh, Mr. Alquist, will you come up here? Just come as you are. You look very nice in your mason's overalls.
Alquist enters from upper left entrance, his hands soiled with lime and brick dust.
Dear Mr. Alquist, it was awfully kind of you, that lovely present.
My hands are all soiled. I've been experimenting with that new cement.
Never mind. Please sit down. Mr. Alquist, what's the meaning of Ultimus?
The last. Why?
That's the name of my new ship. Have you seen it? Do you think we're going off soon on a trip?
Perhaps very soon.
All of you with me?
I should like us all to be there.
What is the matter?
Things are just moving on.
Dear Mr. Alquist, I know something dreadful has happened.
Has your husband told you anything?
No, nobody will tell me anything, but I feel... Is anything the matter?
Not that we've heard of yet.
I feel so nervous. Don't you ever feel nervous?
Well, I'm an old man, you know. I've got old-fashioned ways. And I'm afraid of all this progress, these newfangled ideas.
Like Nana?
Yes, like Nana. Has Nana got a prayer book?
Yes, a big thick one.
And has it got prayers for various occasions? Against thunderstorms, against illness?
Against temptations, against floods.
But not against progress.
I don't think so.
That's a pity.
Why? Do you mean you'd like to pray?
I do pray.
How?
Something like this. O Lord, I thank thee for having given me toil. Enlighten Domin and all those who are astray. Destroy their work and aid mankind to return to their labours. Let them not suffer harm in soul or body. Deliver us from the robots and protect Helena. Amen.
Mr. Alquist, are you a believer?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
And yet you pray?
That's better than worrying about it.
And that's enough for you?
It has to be.
But if you thought you saw the destruction of mankind coming upon us...
I do see it.
You mean mankind will be destroyed?
It's sure to be unless...
What?
Nothing. Goodbye.
He hurries from the room.
Nana! Nana!
Nana entering from the left.
Is Radius still there?
The one who went mad? They haven't come for him yet.
Is he still raving?
No, he's tied up.
Please bring him here, Nana.
Exit Nana. Helena goes to telephone.
Hello, Dr. Gall, please? Oh, good day, Doctor. Yes, it's Helena. Thanks for your lovely present. Could you come and see me right away? It's important. Thank you.
Nana brings in Radius.
Poor Radius. You've caught it too? Now they'll send you to the stamping mill. Couldn't you control yourself? Why did it happen? You see, Radius, you are more intelligent than the rest. Dr. Gall took such trouble to make you different. Won't you speak?
Send me to the stamping mill.
But I don't want them to kill you. What was the trouble, Radius?
I won't work for you. Put me into the stamping mill.
Do you hate us? Why?
You are not as strong as the robots. You are not as skillful as the robots. The robots can do everything. You only give orders. You do nothing but talk.
But someone must give orders.
I don't want any master. I know everything for myself.
Radius, Dr. Gall gave you a better brain than the rest, better than ours. You are the only one of the robots that understands perfectly. That's why I had you put into the library, so that you could read everything, understand everything, and then... Oh, Radius, I wanted to show the whole world that robots are our equals. That's what I wanted of you.
I don't want a master. I want to be master. I want to be master over others.
I'm sure they'd put you in charge of many robots, Radius. You would be a teacher of the robots.
I want to be master over people.
Helena staggering.
You're mad.
Then send me to the stamping mill.
Do you think we're afraid of you?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Radius, give this note to Mr. Dahman. It asks them not to send you to the stamping mill. I'm sorry you hate us so.
Dr. Gall enters the room.
You wanted me?
It's about Radius, Doctor. He had an attack this morning. He smashed the statues downstairs.
What a pity to lose him.
Radius isn't going to be put in the stamping mill.
But every robot, after he has had an attack, it's a strict order.
No matter. Radius isn't going if I can prevent it.
I warn you, it's dangerous. Come here to the window, my good fellow. Let's have a look. Please give me a needle or a pin.
For what?
A test.
Sticks it into the hand of Radius, who gives a violent start.
Gently, gently.
Opens the jacket of Radius and puts his ear to his heart.
Radius, you are going into the stamping mill. Do you understand? There they'll kill you and grind you to powder. That's terribly painful. It will make you scream aloud.
Doctor!
No, Radius, I was wrong. I forgot that Madame Dolman has put in a good word for you, and you'll be let off. Do you understand? Ah, that makes a difference, doesn't it? All right, you can go.
You do unnecessary things.
Radius returns to the library.
Reaction of the pupils, increase of sensitiveness. It wasn't an attack characteristic of the robots.
What was it then?
Heaven knows. Stubbornness, anger, or revolt. I don't know. And his heart, too.
What?
It was fluttering with nervousness, like a human heart. He was all in a sweat with fear, and, do you know, I don't believe the rascal is a robot at all any longer.
Doctor, has Radius a soul?
He's got something nasty.
If you knew how he hates us. Oh, Doctor, are all your robots like that? All the new ones that you began to make in a different way?
Well, some are more sensitive than others. They're all more like human beings than Rossum's robots were.
Perhaps this hatred is more like human beings, too.
That, too, is progress.
What became of the girl you made? The one who is most like us?
Your favorite? I kept her. She's lovely, but stupid. No good for work.
But she's so beautiful.
I called her Helena. I wanted her to resemble you, but she's a failure.
In what way?
She goes about as if in a dream, remote and listless. She is without life. I watch and wait for a miracle to happen. Sometimes I think to myself, if you were able to wake up only for a moment, you will kill me for having made you.
And yet you go on making robots. Why are no more children being born?
We don't know.
But you must. Tell me.
You see, so many robots are being manufactured that people are becoming superfluous. Man is really a survival, but that he should begin to die out after a paltry 30 years of competition, that's the awful part of it. You might almost think that nature was offended at the manufacture of the robots. All the universities are sending in long petitions to restrict their production. Otherwise, they say, mankind will become extinct through lack of fertility. But the R.U.R. shareholder, of course, won't hear of it. All the governments, on the other hand, are clamoring for an increase in production to raise the standards of their armies. And all of the manufacturers in the world are ordering robots like mad.
And has no one demanded that the manufacture should cease altogether?
No one has the courage.
Courage?
People would stone him to death. You see, after all, it's more convenient to get your work done by the robots.
Oh, Doctor, what's going to become of people?
God knows, Madam Helena. It looks to us scientists like the end.
Helena, rising.
Thank you for coming and telling me.
That means you're sending me away?
Yes.
Exit Dr. Gall. With sudden resolution.
Nana, the fire, light it quickly.
Helena rushes into Doman's room, Nana entering from left.
What? Light the fire in summer? Has that mad Radius gone? A fire in summer, what an idea. Nobody would think she'd been married for 10 years. She's like a baby, no sense at all. A fire in summer. Like a baby.
Helena returns from right with armful of faded papers.
Is it burning, Nana? All this has got to be burned.
What's that?
Old papers. Fearfully old. Nana, shall I burn them?
Are they any use?
No.
Well, then burn them.
Helena throwing the first sheet on the fire.
What would you say, Nana, if this was money? A lot of money?
I'd say burn it. A lot of money is a bad thing.
And if it was an invention, the greatest invention in the world?
I'd say burn it. All these newfangled things are an offense to the Lord. It's downright wickedness, wanting to improve the world after he has made it.
Look how they curl up, as if they were alive. Oh, Nana, how horrible.
Here, let me burn them.
No, I must do it myself. Just look at the flames. They're like hands, like tongues, like living shapes.
Raking fire with the poker.
Lie down, lie down.
That's the end of them.
Standing up, horror-stricken.
Nana.
Good gracious, what is it you've burned?
Whatever have I done?
Well, what was it?
Men's laughter off left.
Go quickly. It's the gentleman coming.
Good gracious, what a place.
Exits. Doman opens the door at left.
Come along and offer your congratulations.
Enter Hellemeyer and Gall.
Madame Helena, I congratulate you on this festive day.
Thank you. Where are Fabry and Busman?
They've gone down to the harbor.
Friends, we must drink to this happy occasion.
Brandy?
Vitriol, if you like.
With soda water?
Exits.
Let's be temperate. No soda.
What's been burning here? Well, shall I tell her about it?
Of course. It's all over now.
Hellemeyer embracing Doman and Dr. Gall.
It's all over now. It's all over now.
It's all over now.
It's all over now.
Helena entering from left with decanter and glasses.
What's all over now? What's the matter with you all?
A piece of good luck, Madame Doman. Just 10 years ago today you arrived on this island.
And now, 10 years later, to the minute.
The same ship's returning to us. So here's to luck. That's fine and strong.
Madam, your health.
Which ship do you mean?
Any ship will do, as long as it arrives in time. To the ship, boys!
Empties his glass.
You've been waiting for a ship.
Rather like Robinson Crusoe. Madame Helena, best wishes. Come along, Domin, out with the news.
Do tell me what's happened.
First, it's all up.
What's up?
The revolt.
What revolt?
Give me that paper, Hallemeyer.
Reads.
The first national robot organization has been founded at R.U.R. and has issued an appeal to the robots throughout the world.
I read that.
That means a revolution. A revolution of all the robots in the world.
By Jove, I'd like to know.
Who started it? So would I. There was nobody in the world who could affect the robots. No agitator, no one. And suddenly, this happens, if you please.
What did they do?
They got possession of all the firearms, telegraphs, radio stations, railways, and ships.
And don't forget that these rascals outnumbered us by at least 1,000 to 1. 100th part of them would be enough to settle us.
Remember that this news was brought by the last steamer. That explains the stoppage of all communication, and the arrival of no more ships. We knocked off work a few days ago, and we're just waiting to see when things are to start afresh.
Is that why you gave me a warship?
Oh, no, my dear. I ordered that 6 months ago, just to be on the safe side. But upon my soul, I was sure then that we'd be on board today.
Why 6 months ago?
Well, there were signs, you know, but that's of no consequence. To think that this week the whole of civilization has been at stake. Your health, boys.
Your health, Madame Helena.
You say it's all over?
Absolutely.
How do you know?
The boat's coming in. A regular mail boat. Exact to the minute by the timetable. It will dock punctually at 11:30.
Punctuality is a fine thing, boys. That's what keeps the world in order. Here's to punctuality.
Then everything's all right?
Practically everything. I believe they've cut the cables and seized the radio stations. But it doesn't matter if only the timetable holds good.
If the timetable holds good, human laws hold good. Divine laws hold good. The laws of the universe hold good. Everything holds good that ought to hold good. The timetable is more significant than the gospel, more than Homer, more than the whole of Kant. The timetable is the most perfect product of the human mind. Madame Domin, I'll fill up my glass.
Why didn't you tell me anything about it?
Heaven forbid.
You mustn't be worried with such things.
But if the revolution has spread as far as here?
You wouldn't know anything about it.
Why?
Because we'd be on board your Ultimus and well out at sea. Within a month, Helena, we'll be dictating our own terms to the robots.
I don't understand.
We'd take something away with us that the robots could not exist without.
What, Harry?
The secret of their manufacture. Old Rossum's manuscript. As soon as they found out that they couldn't make themselves, they'd be on their knees to us.
Madam Domin, that was our trump card. I never had the least fear that the robots would win. How could they against people like us?
Why didn't you tell me?
Why, the boat's in.
11:30 to the dot. The good old Amelia that brought Madame Helena to us.
Just 10 years ago to the minute.
They're throwing out the mailbags.
Busman's waiting for them. Fabre will bring us the first news. You know, Helena, I'm fearfully curious to know how they tackled this business in Europe.
To think we weren't in it. We who invented the robots.
Harry!
What is it?
Let's leave here.
Now, Helena? Oh, come, come.
As quickly as possible, all of us.
Why?
Please, Harry, please. Dr. Gall, Hallmeyer, please close the factory.
Why? None of us could leave here now.
Why?
Because we're about to extend the manufacture of the robots.
What? Now? Now, after the revolt?
Yes, precisely, after the revolt. We're just beginning the manufacture of a new kind.
What kind?
Henceforward, we shan't have just one factory. There won't be universal robots anymore. We'll establish a factory in every country, in every state. And do you know what these new factories will make?
No. What?
National robots.
How do you mean?
I mean that each of these factories will produce robots of a different color, a different language. They'll be complete strangers to each other. They'll never be able to understand each other. Then we'll egg them on a little in the matter of misunderstanding, and the result will be that for ages to come, every robot will hate every other robot of a different factory mark.
By Jove, we'll make Negro robots and Swedish robots and Italian robots And Chinese robots and Czechoslovakian robots. And then,
Harry, that's dreadful.
Madame Domin, here's to the 100 new factories. The national robots.
Helena, mankind can only keep things going for another 100 years at the outside. For 100 years, men must be allowed to develop and achieve the most they can.
Oh, close the factory before it's too late. Dom and I tell you, we are just beginning on a bigger scale than ever.
Enter Fabry.
Well, Fabry?
What happened? Have you been down to the boat?
Read that, Domin.
Fabry hands Doman a small handbill.
Let's hear.
Tell us, Fabry.
Well, everything is all right, comparatively. On the whole, much as we expected.
They acquitted themselves splendidly.
Who?
The people.
Oh, yes, of course. There is something we ought to discuss. Alone.
Oh, Fabry, have you had bad news?
Doman makes a sign to Fabry.
No, on the contrary. I only think that we had better go into the office.
Stay here. I'll go.
She goes into the library.
What's happened?
Damnation!
Bear in mind that the Amelia brought a whole bales of these leaflets. No other cargo at all.
What? But it arrived on the minute.
The robots are great in punctuality. Read it, Domin.
Doman reads handbill.
Robots throughout the world. We, the first international organization of Rossum's universal robots, proclaim man as our enemy and an outlaw in the universe. Good heavens! Who taught them these phrases?
Go on.
They say they are more highly developed than man, stronger and more intelligent. That man's their parasite. Why, it's absurd.
Read the third paragraph.
Robots throughout the world, we command you to kill all mankind. Spare no men, spare no women. Save factories, railways, machinery, mines, and raw materials. Destroy the rest. Then return to work. Work must not be stopped.
That's ghastly.
The devils.
These orders are to be carried out as soon as received? Then come detailed instructions. Is this actually being done, Fabry?
Evidently.
Busman rushes in.
Well, boys, I suppose you've heard the glad news.
Quick, on board the Ultimus.
Wait, Harry, wait. There's no hurry. My word, that was a sprint.
Why wait?
Because it's no good, my boy. The robots are already on board the Ultimus.
That's ugly.
Fabry, telephone the electrical works.
Fabry, my boy, don't. The wire has been cut.
Doman inspecting his revolver.
Well then, I'll go.
Where?
To the electrical works. There are some people still there. I'll bring them across.
Better not try it.
Why?
Because I'm very much afraid we are surrounded.
Surrounded?
Runs to window.
I rather think you're right.
By Jove, that's deuced quick work.
Helena runs in from the library.
Harry, what's this?
Where did you get it?
Helena points to the manifesto of the robots which she has in her hand.
The robots in the kitchen.
Where are the ones that brought it?
They're gathered round the house.
The factory whistle blows.
Noon?
Doman looking at his watch.
It's not noon yet. That's...
What?
The robot's signal. The attack.
Gall, Hellemeyer, and Fabry close and fasten the iron shutters outside the windows, darkening the room. The whistle is still blowing as the curtain falls. End of Act 2. Act 3. Helena's drawing room as before. Doman comes into the room. Dr. Gall is looking out of the window through closed shutters. Alquist is seated, down right.
Any more of them?
Yes. They're standing like a wall, beyond the garden railing. Why are they so quiet? It's monstrous to be besieged with silence.
I should like to know what they are waiting for. They must make a start any minute now. If they lean against the railing, they'll snap it like a match.
They aren't armed.
We couldn't hold our own for 5 minutes. Man alive, they'd overwhelm us like an avalanche. Why don't they make a rush for it? I say.
Well?
I'd like to know what will become of us in the next 10 minutes. They've got us in a vice. We're done for, Gall.
You know, we made one serious mistake.
What?
We made the robots' faces too much alike. 100,000 faces all alike, all facing this way. 100,000 expressionless bubbles. It's like a nightmare.
You think if they'd been different?
It wouldn't have been such an awful sight.
Doman looking through a telescope toward the harbour.
I'd like to know what they're unloading from the Amelia.
Not firearms.
Fabry and Hellemeyer rush into the room carrying electric cables.
All right, Hellemeyer, lay down that wire.
That was a bit of work. What's the news?
We're completely surrounded.
We've barricaded the passage and the stairs. Any water here?
drinks.
God, what swarms of them! I don't like the looks of them, Domin. There's a feeling of death about it all.
Ready!
What's that wire for, Fabry?
The electrical installation. Now we can run the current all along the garden railing whenever we like. If anyone touches it, he'll know it. We've still got some people there anyhow.
Where?
In the electrical works. At least I hope so.
Goes to lamp on table behind sofa and turns on lamp.
Ah, they're there and they're working.
Puts out lamp.
So long as that'll burn, we're all right.
The barricades are all right too, Fabry.
Your barricades? I can put 1200 volts into that railing.
Where's Busman?
Downstairs in the office. He's working out some calculations. I've called him. We must have a conference.
Helena is heard playing the piano in the library. Hollemeyer goes to the door and stands, listening.
Thank God Madame Helena can still play.
Busman enters, carrying the ledgers.
Look out, Bus. Look out for the wires.
What's that you're carrying?
Busman going to the table.
The ledgers, my boy. I'd like to wind up the accounts before... Well, this time I shan't wait till the new year to strike a balance. What's up?
Goes to the window.
Absolutely quiet.
Can't you see anything?
Nothing but blue. Blue everywhere.
That's the robots.
Busman sits down at the table and opens the ledgers.
The robots are unloading firearms from the Amelia.
Well, what of it? How can I stop them?
We can't stop them.
Then let me go on with my accounts.
Goes on with his work. Doman, picking up telescope and looking into the harbour.
Good God! The Ultimus has trained her guns on us.
Who's done that?
The robots are on board.
Then, of course, then that's the end of us.
You mean?
The robots are practiced marksmen.
Yes, it's inevitable.
It was criminal of old Europe to teach the robots to fight. Damn them. Couldn't they have given us a rest with their politics? It was a crime to make soldiers of them.
It was a crime to make robots.
What?
It was a crime to make robots.
No, Alquist. I don't regret that even today.
Not even today?
Not even today, the last day of civilization. It was a colossal achievement.
360 million.
Alquist, this is our last hour. We are already speaking half in the other world. It was not an evil dream to shatter the servitude of labor, the dreadful and humiliating labor that man had to undergo. Work was too hard. Life was too hard. And to overcome that
was not what the two Rossums dreamed of. Old Rossum only thought of his godless tricks, and the young one of his milliards. And that's not what your R.U.R. shareholders dream of either. They dream of dividends, and their dividends are the ruin of mankind.
To hell with your dividends. Do you suppose I'd have done an hour's work for them? It was for myself that I worked, for my own satisfaction. I wanted man to become the master, so that he shouldn't live merely for a crust of bread. I wanted not a single soul to be broken by other people's machinery. I wanted nothing to be left of this appalling social structure, unrevolted by poverty. I wanted a new generation. I thought...
What?
I wanted to turn the whole of mankind into an aristocracy of the world, an aristocracy nourished by milliards of mechanical slaves, unrestricted, free, and consummated in man, and maybe more than man.
Superman?
Yes. Ah, only to have 100 years of time, another 100 years for the future of mankind.
Carried forward 420 millions.
The music stops.
Ah, what a fine thing music is. We ought to have gone in for that before.
Gone in for what?
Beauty, lovely things. What a lot of lovely things there are. The world was wonderful, and we here. Tell me, what enjoyment did we have? 520 millions.
At the window.
Life was a big thing. Life was... Fabry, switch the current into that railing.
Why?
They're grabbing hold of it.
Connect it up.
Fine, that's doubled them up. 2, 3, 4 killed.
They're retreating.
5 killed.
The first encounter.
They're charred to cinders, my boy. Who says we must give in?
Doman, wiping his forehead.
Perhaps we've been killed these 100 years, and are only ghosts. It's as if I have been through all this before, as if I'd already had a mortal wound here in the throat, and you, Fabre, had once been shot in the head, and you, Gall, torn limb from limb, and Hellemeyer knifed.
Fancy me being knifed. Why are you so quiet, you fools? Speak, can't you?
And who is to blame for all this?
Nobody is to blame except the robots.
No, it is we who are to blame. You, Domin, myself, all of us. For our own selfish ends, for profit, for progress, we have destroyed mankind. Now we'll burst with all our greatness.
Rubbish, man. Mankind can't be wiped out so easily.
It's our fault. It's our fault.
No, I'm to blame for this. For everything that's happened.
You, Gall?
I changed the robots.
What's that?
I changed the character of the robots. I changed the way of making them. Just a few details about their bodies. Chiefly their irritability.
Damn it, why? What did you do it for?
Why didn't you say anything?
I did it in secret. I was transforming them into human beings. In certain respects, they're already above us. They're stronger than we are.
And what's that got to do with the revolt of the robots?
Everything, in my opinion. They've ceased to be machines. They're already aware of their superiority, and they hate us. They hate all that is human.
Perhaps we're only phantoms.
Stop, Harry. We haven't much time. Dr. Gall.
Fabre, how your forehead bleeds where that shot pierced it.
Be silent. Dr. Gall, you admit changing the way of making the robots.
Yes.
Were you aware of what might be the consequences of your experiment?
I was bound to reckon with such a possibility.
Helena enters the drawing room from left.
Why did you do it then?
For my own satisfaction. The experiment was my own.
That's not true, Dr. Gall.
Madame Helena.
Helena, you? Let's look at you. Oh, it's terrible to be dead.
Stop, Harry.
No, embrace me. Helena, don't leave me now. You are life itself.
No, dear, I won't leave you. But I must tell them. Dr. Gall is not guilty.
Excuse me. Gall was under certain obligations.
No, Harry. He did it because I wanted it. Tell them, Gall. How many years ago did I ask you to...
I did it on my own responsibility.
Don't believe him, Harry. I asked him to give the robots souls.
This has nothing to do with a soul.
That's what he said. He said that he could change only a physiological
correlate?
Yes. But it meant so much to me that he should do even that.
Why?
I thought that if they were more like us, they would understand us better. That they couldn't hate us if they were only a little more human.
Nobody can hate man more than man.
Oh, don't speak like that, Harry. It was so terrible, this cruel strangeness between us and them. That's why I asked Gall to change the robots. I swear to you that he didn't want to.
But he did it.
Because I asked him.
I did it for myself, as an experiment.
No, Dr. Gall, I knew you wouldn't refuse me.
Why?
You know, Harry.
Yes, because he's in love with you, like all of them.
Good God, they're sprouting up out of the earth! Why, perhaps these very walls will change into robots! Gall, when did you actually start these tricks of yours?
3 years ago.
Aha! And on how many robots altogether did you carry out your improvements?
A few hundred of them.
Ah, that means for every million of the good old robots, there's only one of Gall's improved pattern.
What of it?
That it's practically of no consequence whatever.
Busman's right.
I should think so, my boy. But do you know what is to blame for all this lovely mess?
What?
The number. Upon my soul, we might have known that someday or other the robots would be stronger than human beings, and that this was bound to happen, and we were doing all we could to bring it about as soon as possible. You, Domin, you, Fabry, myself.
Are you accusing us?
Oh, do you suppose the management controls the output? It's the demand that controls the output.
And is it for that we must perish?
That's a nasty word, Madame Helena. We don't want to perish. I don't, anyhow.
No. What do you want to do?
I want to get out of this, that's all.
Oh, stop it, Busman.
Seriously, Harry, I think we might try it.
How?
By fair means. I do everything by fair means. Give me a free hand and I'll negotiate with the robots.
By fair means?
Of course. For instance, I'll say to them, worthy and worshipful robots, you have everything. You have intellect, you have power, you have firearms. But we have just one interesting screed. A dirty old yellow scrap of paper.
Rossum's manuscript?
Yes. And that, I'll tell them, contains an account of your illustrious origin, the noble process of your manufacture, and so on. Worthy robots, without this scribble on that paper, you will not be able to produce a single new colleague. In another 20 years, there will not be one living specimen of a robot that you could exhibit in a menagerie. My esteemed friends, that would be a great blow to you. But if you will let all of us humans on Rossum's Island go on board that ship, we will deliver the factory and the secret of the process to you in return. You allow us to get away, and we allow you to manufacture yourselves. Worthy robots, that is a fair deal. Something for something. That's what I'd say to them, my boys.
Busman, do you think we'd sell the manuscript?
Yes, I do. If not in a friendly way, then either we sell it or they'll find it, just as you like.
Busman, we can destroy Rossum's manuscript.
Then we destroy everything, not only the manuscript, but ourselves. Do as you think fit.
There are over 30 of us on this island. Are we to sell the secret and save that many human souls, at the risk of enslaving mankind?
Why, you're mad. Who'd sell the whole manuscript?
Busman, no cheating.
Well, then sell, but afterward.
Well?
Let's suppose this happens. When we're on board the Ultimus, I'll stop up my ears with cotton wool, lie down somewhere in the hold, and you'll train the guns on the factory. Blow it to smithereens, and with it Rossum's secret.
No!
Busman, you're no gentleman. If we sell, then it will be a straight sale.
It's in the interest of humanity to...
It's in the interest of humanity to keep our word.
Oh, come, what rubbish.
This is a fearful decision. We are selling the destiny of mankind. Are we to sell or destroy? Fabre?
Sell.
Gall?
Sell.
Hallemeyer?
Sell, of course.
Alquist?
As God wills.
Very well. It shall be as you wish, gentlemen.
Harry, you're not asking me.
No, child. Don't you worry about it.
Who'll do the negotiating?
I will.
Wait till I bring the manuscript.
He goes into room at right.
Harry, don't go!
Helena sinks into a chair. Fabry looking out of window.
Oh, to escape you, you matter in revolt. Oh, to preserve human life, if only upon a single vessel.
Don't be afraid, Madam Helena. We'll sail far away from here. We'll begin life all over again.
Oh, God, don't speak.
It isn't too late. It will be a little state with one ship. Alquist will build us a house, and you shall rule over us.
Madame Helena, Fabry's right.
Oh, stop.
Good. I don't mind beginning all over again. That suits me right down to the ground.
And this little state of ours could be the centre of future life, a place of refuge where we could gather strength. Why, in a few hundred years, we could conquer the world again.
You believe that, even today?
Yes, even today.
Amen. You see, Madame Helena, we're not so badly off.
Doman storms into the room. Doman hoarsely.
Where's old Rossum's manuscript?
In your strong box, of course.
Someone has stolen it.
Impossible.
Who has stolen it?
Helena standing up.
I did.
Where did you put it?
Harry, I'll tell you everything. Only forgive me.
Where did you put it?
This morning, I burnt the 2 copies.
Burnt them? Where? In the fireplace?
Helena throwing herself on her knees.
For heaven's sake, Harry.
Doman going to fireplace.
Nothing but ashes. Wait, what's this?
Picks out a charred piece of paper and reads.
By adding...
Let's see. By adding Biogen to... That's all.
Is that part of it?
Yes.
God in heaven!
Then we're done for. Get up, Helena.
When you've forgiven me.
Get up, child. I can't bear...
Fabry lifting her up.
Please don't torture us.
Harry, what have I done?
Don't tremble so, Madam Helena.
Gall, couldn't you draw up Rossum's formula from memory?
It's out of the question. It's extremely complicated.
Try. All our lives depend upon it.
Without experiments, it's impossible.
And with experiments?
It might take years. Besides, I'm not old Rossum.
God in heaven! God in heaven!
So then, this was the greatest triumph of the human intellect. These ashes.
Harry, what have I done?
Why did you burn it?
I have destroyed you.
God in heaven.
Helena, why did you do it, dear?
I wanted us all to go away. I wanted to put an end to the factory and everything. It was so awful.
What was awful?
That no more children were being born. Because human beings were not indeed to do the work of the world, that's why.
Is that what you were thinking of? Well, perhaps in your own way you were right.
Wait a bit. Good God, what a fool I am not to have thought of it before. What? 520 millions in banknotes and checks. 500 million in our safe. They'll sell for 500 million. For 500 million they'll...
Are you mad, busman?
I may not be a gentleman, but for 500 million...
Where are you going?
Leave me alone, leave me alone. Good God, for 500 million anything can be bought.
He rushes from the room through the outer door.
They stand there as if turned to stone, waiting, as if something dreadful could be wrought by their silence.
The spirit of the mob.
Yes, it hovers above them like a quivering of the air.
Helena going to window.
Oh, God. Dr. Gall, this is ghastly.
There's nothing more terrible than the mob. The one in front is their leader.
Which one?
Point him out.
The one at the edge of the dock. This morning I saw him talking to the sailors in the harbour.
Dr. Gall, that's Radius.
Yes.
Radius? Radius?
Could you get him from here, Fabry?
I hope so.
Try it then.
Good.
Draws his revolver and takes aim.
Fabry, don't shoot him.
He's their leader.
Fire!
Fabry, I beg you.
Lowering the revolver.
Very well.
Radius, whose life I spared.
Do you think that a robot can be grateful?
Busman's going out to them.
He's carrying something. Papers. That's money. Bundles of money. What's that for?
Surely he doesn't want to sell his life. Busman, have you gone mad?
He's running up to the railing. Busman! Busman!
Busman, come back!
He's talking to the robots. He's showing them the money.
He's pointing to us.
He wants to buy us off.
He'd better not touch that railing.
Now he's waving his arms about.
Busman, come back!
Busman! Keep away from that railing! Don't touch it! Damn you! Quick, switch off the current!
Helena screams and all drop back from the window.
The current has killed him!
The first one.
Dead, with 500 million by his side.
All honor to him. He wanted to buy us life.
Do you hear?
A roaring, like a wind.
Like a distant storm.
Fabry lighting the lamp on the table.
The dynamo is still going. Our people are still there.
It was a great thing to be a man. There was something immense about it.
From man's thought and man's power came this light. Our last hope.
Man's power. May it keep watch over us.
Man's power.
A torch to be given from hand to hand, from age to age. Forever.
The lamp goes out.
The end.
The electric works have fallen.
Terrific explosion outside. Nana enters from the library.
The judgment hour has come. Repent, unbelievers. This is the end of the world.
More explosions. The sky grows red.
In here, Helena.
He takes Helena off through the door at right and re-enters.
Now, quickly. Who'll be on the lower doorway?
I will.
Exits left.
Who on the stairs?
I will. You go with her.
Goes out upper left door.
The anteroom?
I will.
Have you got a revolver?
Yes, but I won't shoot.
What will you do then?
Alquist going out at left.
Die.
I'll stay here.
Rapid firing from below.
Oh, Gall's at it. Go, Harry.
Yes, in a second.
Examines 2 Brownings.
Confound it, go to her.
Goodbye.
Exits on the right. Hullemeyer alone.
Now for a barricade, quickly.
Drags an armchair and table to the right-hand door. Explosions are heard.
The damned rascals. They've got bombs. I must put up a defense, even if...
Shots are heard off left.
Don't give in, Gall.
As he builds his barricade.
I mustn't give in without a struggle.
A robot enters over the balcony through the window's center. He comes into the room and stabs Hullemeyer in the back. Radius enters from balcony, followed by an army of robots who pour into the room from all sides.
Finished him?
A robot, standing up from the prostrate form of Hullemeyer.
Yes.
A revolver shot off left. 2 robots enter.
Finished him?
Yes.
2 revolver shots from Helena's room. 2 robots enter.
Finished them?
Yes.
2 robots dragging in Elquist.
He didn't shoot. Shall we kill him?
Kill him? Wait. Leave him.
He is a man.
He works with his hands like the robots.
Kill me.
You will work. You will build for us. You will serve us.
Radius climbs onto balcony railing and speaks in measured tones.
Robots of the world, the power of man has fallen. A new world has arisen. The rule of the robots. March!
A thunderous tramping of thousands of feet is heard as the unseen robots march while the curtain falls. End of Act 3. Epilogue. A laboratory in the factory of Rossum's Universal Robots. The door to the left leads into a waiting room. The door to the right leads to the dissecting room. There is a table with numerous test tubes, flasks, burners, chemicals. A small thermostat and a microscope with a glass globe. At the far side of the room is Elquist's desk with numerous books. In the left-hand corner a wash basin with a mirror above it. In the right-hand corner a sofa. Elquist is sitting at the desk. He is turning the pages of many books in despair.
Oh God, shall I never find it? Never? Gall, how were the robots made? Halamaya Fabry, why did you carry so much in your heads? Why did you leave me not a trace of the secret? Lord, I pray to you, if there are no human beings left, at least let there be robots. At least the shadow of man.
Again turning pages of the books.
If I could only sleep.
He rises and goes to the window.
Night again. Are the stars still there? What is the use of stars when there are no human beings?
He turns from the window toward the couch right.
Sleep. Dare I sleep before life has been renewed?
He examines a test tube on small table.
Again nothing. Useless. Everything is useless.
He shatters the test tube. The roar of the machines comes to his ears.
The machines, always the machines.
Opens window.
Robots, stop them! Do you think to force life out of them?
He closes the window and comes slowly down toward the table.
If only there were more time, more time.
He sees himself in the mirror on the wall left.
Blearing eyes, trembling chin. So that is the last man. Oh, I'm too old, too old.
In desperation.
No, I must find it. I must search. I must never stop, never stop.
He sits again at the table and feverishly turns the pages of the book.
Search.
A knock at the door. He speaks with impatience.
Who is it?
Enter a robot servant.
Well?
Master, the committee of a robot is waiting to see you.
I can see no one.
It is the central committee, Master. Just arrived from abroad.
Elquist impatiently.
Well, send them in.
Exit servant. Elquist continues turning pages of book.
No time, so little time.
Re-enter servant, followed by committee. They stand in a group, silently waiting. Elquist glances up at them.
What do you want?
They go swiftly to his table.
Be quick, I have no time.
Master, the machines will not do the work. We cannot manufacture robots.
Elquist returns to his book with a growl.
We have striven with all our might. We have obtained 1 billion tons of coal from the earth. 9 million spindles are running by day and by night. There is no longer room for all we have made. This we have accomplished in 1 year.
Elquist poring over book.
For whom?
For future generations, so we thought.
But we cannot make robots to follow us. The machines produce only shapeless clods. The skin will not adhere to the flesh, nor the flesh to the bones.
8 million robots have died this year. Within 20 years, none will be left.
Tell us the secret of life. Silence is punishable with death.
Elquist, looking up.
Kill me then.
Through me, the government of the robots of the world commands you to deliver us Rossum's formula.
No answer.
Name your price.
Silence.
We will give you the earth. We will give you the endless possessions of the earth.
Silence.
Make your own conditions.
I have told you to find human beings.
There are none left.
I told you to search in the wilderness, upon the mountains. Go and search.
He returns to his book.
We have sent ships and expeditions without number. They have been everywhere in the world, and now they return to us. There is not a single human left.
Not one? Not even one?
None but yourself.
And I am powerless. Oh, why did you destroy them?
We had learnt everything and could do everything. It had to be.
You gave us firearms. In all ways we were powerful. We had to become masters.
Slaughter and domination are necessary if you would be human beings. Read history.
Teach us to multiply, or we perish.
If you desire to live, you must breed like animals.
The human beings did not let us breed.
They made us sterile. We cannot beget children. Therefore, teach us how to make robots.
Why do you keep from us the secret of our own increase?
It is lost.
It was written down.
It was burnt.
All draw back in consternation.
I am the last human being, robots, and I do not know what the others knew.
Then make experiments. Evolve the formula again.
I tell you I cannot. I am only a builder. I work with my hands. I have never been a learned man. I cannot create life.
Try. Try.
If you knew how many experiments I have made.
Then show us what we must do. The robots can do anything that human beings show them.
I can show you nothing. Nothing I do will make life proceed from these test tubes.
Experiment then on us.
It would kill you.
You shall have all you need. 100 of us. 1,000 of us.
No, no, stop, stop.
Take whom you will. Dissect.
I do not know how. I am not a man of science. This book contains knowledge of the body that I cannot even understand.
I tell you to take live bodies. Find out how we are made.
Am I to commit murder? See how my fingers shake. I cannot even hold the scalpel. No, no, I will not.
The life will perish from the earth.
Take live bodies. Live bodies. It is our only chance.
Have mercy, robots. Surely you see that I would not know what I was doing.
Live bodies. Live bodies.
You will have it? Into the dissecting room with you, then.
Radius draws back.
Ah, you are afraid of death.
Why should I be chosen?
So, you will not.
I will.
Radius goes into the dissecting room.
Strip him. Lay him on the table.
The other robots follow into dissecting room.
God give me strength. God give me strength. If only this murder is not in vain.
Ready? Begin.
Yes, begin or end. God give me strength.
Alquist goes into dissecting room. He comes out terrified.
No, no, I will not. I cannot.
He lies down on couch, collapsed.
O Lord, let not mankind perish from the earth.
He falls asleep. Primus and Helena, robots, enter from the hallway.
The man has fallen asleep, Primus.
Yes, I know.
Examining things on table.
Look, Helena.
Helena, crossing to Primus.
All those little tubes. What does he do with them?
He experiments. Don't touch them.
Helena, looking into microscope.
I've seen him looking into this. What can he see?
That is a microscope. Let me look.
Be very careful.
Knocks over a test tube.
Ah, now I have spilled it.
What have you done?
It can be wiped up.
You have spoiled his experiments.
It is your fault. You should not have come to me.
You should not have called me.
You should not have come when I called you.
She goes to Alquist's writing desk.
Look, Primus. What are all these figures?
Primus, examining an anatomical book.
This is the book the old man is always reading.
I do not understand those things.
She goes to the window.
Primus, look.
What?
The sun is rising.
Primus, still reading the book.
I believe this is the most important thing in the world. This is the secret of life.
Do come here.
In a moment, in a moment.
Oh, Primus, don't bother with the secret of life. What does it matter to you? Come and look, quick.
Primus, going to window.
What is it?
See how beautiful the sun is rising. And do you hear? The birds are singing. Ah, Primus, I should like to be a bird.
Why?
I do not know. I feel so strange today. It's as if I were in a dream. I feel an aching in my body, in my heart, all over me. Primus, perhaps I'm going to die.
Do you not sometimes feel that it would be better to die? You know, perhaps even now we are only sleeping. Last night in my sleep I again spoke to you.
In your sleep?
Yes, we spoke a strange new language. I cannot remember a word of it.
About what?
I did not understand it myself, and yet I know I have never said anything more beautiful. And when I touched you, I could have died. Even the place was different from any other place in the world.
I, too, have found a place, Primus. It is very strange. Human beings lived there once, but now it is overgrown with weeds. No one goes there any more, no one but me.
What did you find there?
A cottage and a garden, and 2 dogs. They licked my hands, Primus. And they're puppies. Oh, Primus, you take them in your lap, and fondle them and think of nothing and care for nothing else all day long. And then the sun goes down, and you feel as though you had done 1,000 times more than all the work in the world. They tell me I am not made for work, but when I am there in the garden, I feel there may be something. What am I for, Primus?
I do not know, but you are beautiful.
What, Primus?
You are beautiful, Elena, and I am stronger than all the robots.
Helena looks at herself in the mirror.
Am I beautiful? I think it must be the rose. My hair, it only weighs me down. My eyes, I only see with them. My lips, they only help me to speak. Of what use is it to be beautiful?
She sees Primus in the mirror.
Primus, is that you? Come here so that we may be together. Look, your head is different from mine. So are your shoulders, and your lips.
Primus draws away from her.
Oh, Primus, why do you draw away from me? Why must I run after you the whole day?
It is you who run away from me, Elena.
Your hair is mussed. I will smooth it. No one else feels to my touch as you do, Primus. I must make you beautiful too.
Primus grasps her hand.
Do you not sometimes feel your heart beating suddenly, Helena, and think, now something must happen?
What could happen to us, Primus?
Helena puts a rose in Primus's hair. Primus and Helena look into mirror and burst out laughing.
Look at yourself.
Laughter? Laughter! Human beings!
Getting up.
Who has returned? Who are you?
The robot Primus.
What? A robot? Who are you?
The robotess Helena.
Turn around, girl. What? You are timid, shy?
Taking her by the arm.
Let me see you, robotess.
She shrinks away.
Sir, do not frighten her.
What? You would protect her? When was she made?
2 years ago.
By Dr. Gall?
Yes, like me.
Laughter, timidity, protection. I must test you further. The newest of Gall's robots. Take the girl into the dissecting room.
Why?
I wish to experiment on her.
Upon Elena?
Of course. Don't you hear me? Or must I call someone else to take her in?
If you do, I will kill you.
Kill me? Kill me then. What would the robots do then? What will your future be then?
Sir, take me. I am made as she is, on the same day. Take my life, sir.
Helena rushing forward.
No, no, you shall not. You shall not.
Wait, girl, wait.
To Primus.
Do you not wish to live then?
Not without her. I will not live without her.
Very well. You shall take her place.
Primus! Primus!
She bursts into tears.
Child, child, you can weep. Why these tears? What is Primus to you? One Primus more or less in the world. What does it matter?
I will go myself.
Where?
In there to be cut.
She starts toward the dissecting room. Primus stops her.
Let me pass, Primus, let me pass.
You shall not go in there, Elena.
If you go in there and I do not, I will kill myself.
Primus holding her.
I will not let you.
To Elquist.
Man, you shall kill neither of us.
Why?
We belong to each other.
Elquist almost in tears.
Go, Adam. Go, Eve. The world is yours.
Helena and Primus embrace and go out arm in arm as the curtain falls. Curtain. End of epilogue. End of R.U.R. by Karel Capek.